What's good, everybody? I come on you with a breaking video. As of recently, we seen that people are saying on the internet that Chief Keef allegedly went into Ramsay the Great's crib and beat him up and did different things to him. I want to say that let's not jump to conclusions on the issue. We just seen a video with a man making claims, and he's not saying anything about it, just showing damages. It could have been anyone for that matter if they were masked. We don't know how he knew it. He didn't go into detail, whether he saw their face. There was no type of emphasis made on any detail surrounding it. He just made a claim. And when people make claims, you want to be careful on backing it up. Yes, we see his face. Yes, we see different things. And we can make that assumption because we know Chief Keef is from Chicago. And he's not a person that's about that mess. So we just want to be very careful to jump to conclusions on the whole details. I seen the video, I see how he looks, I see the reactions, but I still don't see the evidence and the proof that yes, Chief Keef did do this. So we want to be very careful before we make our comments. I also wanted to say that in this instance, looking at him, that you can tell that he at least has his jawbone broken, and he's holding it kind of this area, and this eye is shut, and it seems like I'm gonna say that this eye may need some type of surgery in the future. That's from a visual perspective of what it looks like. So I don't know if he went to the hospital. I don't even know if he has documentation of him being checked in to be looked at and say abuse has happened after the fact, or even a timeline in between. He lets us know it happened here, and here. There's nothing out there like that. So I see a lot of people, kind of explaining what they've visualized and what it seems like and what they've read. But we want to be very careful before we say that this man was beaten by Chief Keef, even though his claim is allegedly Chief Keef has attacked him. With that being said, I want everybody to keep in mind that when it comes to these type of cases, dealing with batteries and all types of issues, and a person's making these claims, if it's defamation, you don't want to make any type of material that feeds into that defamation of someone's character. Chief Keef is a $6 million star. We know this guy, and we just know that when people are looking for fame or something can happen. Now, a situation could have came upon him in a different matter where he could have beat Chief Keef, or he could have done something to make Chief Keef have to defend himself. So we don't even know the full story. We just see that this guy's beaten up and different things, and his plans could have been to hurt Chief Keef, and they went the other way. So we got to see until the story folds before we just look at someone and say, yes, this happened. Yes, that happened. Another thing I want to touch on, I really admire the way a lot of Chicago rappers have worked together to come up and out of it. I know the violence is up and all we hear on the news about the violence, but I really pay attention and I really read information, and I do see changes occurring in the whole wave with Chicago, where a lot of artists are starting to work together that normally wouldn't. And you guys could look and check out their music. It's so many to name, but as we're looking at the bad, let's look at the good, how there's also some togetherness coming out of it. I only see the negative, and I just wanted to address it at that level because that type of negative activity and claims can make things worse. It doesn't help unless you're coming with the solution. And that's very valuable with how Chicago looks nowadays. So Chief Keef being one of the first top stars to make it out of there, he will be a target by most MCs that are trying to come up, or people that are trying to be successful in the game. He's done so much. He's been through so much. There's so much that he has to gain being in the position he is. So we also got to keep an open mind about it, because just like we see the Beehive protect Beyonce, and we see other stars have a fan base to protect them, even though Chief Keef's fan base mindset is a little different. It's more about a doubt or acceptance. I'm just saying, put that hesitation in between and don't step over to either side until we actually see the details unfold. We have yet to see Chief Keef speak. We have yet to see other people get involved and step up and say what actually could have happened. We don't even know. He could have been with some people that tried to get over on Chief Keef. Now Chief Keef defended himself. So I'm just trying to put out there that mindset that people have to be very careful with what they're saying and how they're addressing the situation. There's no full-on details of Chief Keef admitting anything. So we got to wait and hesitate and take his video for what it was. I didn't really listen to this producer, Ramsay the Great. I didn't really put effort into his persona. I looked at a few things, and I guess as a producer, I think he's talented. But as far as his music, I have not heard it. So I don't know his true affiliations with Chief Keef and how they work together. I also seen some implications where allegedly Soulja Boy was also involved in the issue with Chief Keef. So I seen too many different parts of media for me to jump to a conclusion and say it's left or right. I want to see how things unfold. I want to see how people come out and start speaking about it. We seen Ramsay speak loud and clear about it. We seen him step up and just address it. He even put his face out there. We haven't seen medical records. Has he gotten checked out? We don't even have anything recordable to see where he really is in contact with the lawyer. He mentioned the lawyer and different things. I don't know why he'd go on social media and even find that important to mention or go into detail on how he's about to get 6 figures. Like, from any good suit, I don't even understand why he's saying 6 figures. You can really get to the millions, especially if it's reckless endangerment of your life. So there's a lot of different things that go to making a large case. So 6 figures seemed kind of low for the damage I saw, because 6 figures alone looks like the amount of surgery, if you required it, would be taken to fix the jawbone area. So I'm not really sure. If he has insurance, that's different, but that's a whole nother situation. I don't understand what's actually going on. Chief Keef hasn't spoken up. We haven't even seen, he went on camera and started naming other members. This is just a real sticky situation. So I see people speaking about it, and for the most part, they're keeping it chill and not going into too much detail, but we need to see people speak up. The only thing that's truly going to bring this to light may even be court documents, because as we know, with many scuffles and aggressive situations, we don't really get to the documentation until the money is handed over and someone's mad. So there's a lot that has to happen off of what he's saying, because we already know Chief Keef's going to be lawyered up. So there's many different parts to it, you know. I want everyone to just keep that in mind as you go forward. So I feel, in my personal opinion, that there may have been some incident between them. But sometimes when I see situations like that, he could have been the loser in an aggressive situation. So if you have that, then you guys went out there and said, hey, he's the victim, when he was really the aggressor and turned victim after the situation didn't go the way he thought. We heard his story, a knock on the door. He opens it up. He starts getting pushed back and whooped on by a few members. One's loaded and armed. I've also read articles that talked about Soulja Boy also was involved in different things. It's just a lot of mixture of names, and it's no clear, precise layout of this, and this happened in a consistency to back his story yet. So that's something I want to put out there for people that are saying, oh, you know, he was aggressively attacked. Yeah, he may have been attacked, but it may have been after he was an aggressor. So we got to look at the full story. I look forward to seeing more details on it. I like so far the whole mindset behind how he chose to do public. He may have been in fear for his life, and if that was the case, as a lawyer, allegedly, if I was in that situation, I would maybe tell him to do that if he had a public appeal of some sort. It's just a tactic to not only protect his life, but also kind of put things out there to get people looking at an aggressor in a negative way. So it's a very good strategic tactic his lawyer may have showed him, and that's why we see him on social media. I just want to put that out there as well, because he came out there very early, very clearly, and put that out there, showed his face, started laughing, started gesturing as some people do. And this could make the aggressor come out and lash out verbally too. And that would be even better for him in a case. So social media right now is seeming to rule how different things are accepted in the eyes of the public and how it's expressed. So I thank everyone for tuning in. Let's keep updates going. I'm going to keep everyone informed. I thank you for rocking with me. Share, subscribe, all rights reserved.